Hello everyone, welcome back to another MMA news video. Every single day we provide you with the latest, greatest and up-to-datest MMA news. If you're new around here, subscribe and leave a like on the video. Cody Sandhagen talks about his injury and what the referee said to him between rounds.
So what did that feel like? Like, did you feel a pop or something like that?
It felt like there was like a golf ball in there or something.
Wow.
And it made me feel like a little bit weird because I had been dealing with bursitis for like a little bit now. So I was like, maybe it's just the bursitis. But it felt way different than just like on the joint. It felt like in my tricep, and I was like, that's a little bit weird. Let me like not play around with that, So I've heard guys, like they'll break something in a fight and then they'll like continue to use it, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So in my head, I was like, okay, man, like this happened in the first round. You got 20 more minutes to fight. Like, don't do anything where this could like compromise you winning or like the ref stopping it or anything. And actually, Jason Herzog is a super good ref because even in between one of the rounds, he was like, hey, man, is your elbow okay? And I was like, oh, no. Am I like showing that my elbow's hurt, or is it or what? But yeah, good eye on him because I don't know that a lot of other people would have been able to.
KSI says Nate Diaz has pillow fists and would have stopped Jake Paul if he had power.
If I wanted to fight Jake before, I want to 100% fight him now because I just know I would just clear him, destroy him. Like it wouldn't even be hard. It's just from what I saw, it just wasn't great. And I felt like Nate was able to just push him back with his pillow fists and was able to just weigh on him. And if only he had a bit more power, I think he would be able to get rid of Jake. But
Chael Sonnen defends Conor McGregor pulling out of USADA and explains the rules.
There's the pool. It's not a matter of trying to game the system. It's a matter of coming in with clean hands so you can operate within the system, which is what he was worried about in the first place. He was worried about, as he goes and deals with the leg, that he wouldn't be in the pool with clean hands. So he removed him. So he did everything right. The story will never be told that way. But not only did he do it right, he set an example for the right way to do it. And I understand that it wasn't the theme and the intent. That's not what I'm speaking to. We had an extenuating circumstance that caused this. This wasn't caused by Conor. This wasn't caused by a plan that Conor hatched. And he read the rules and he knew we could do this. And he went on a steroid holiday. He was in the middle of a fist fight and snapped his leg.
Anthony Smith talks about his lack of respect for Jake Paul, and Michael Bisping talks about Jake picking his fight.
Over. Jake, they both got tired, but Jake didn't get that tired. He was able to maintain the pace, and he won the fight. Fair and square.
Yeah, he did. And I don't know Jake either personally, and maybe I do take some shots at him, but it's a respect thing. I think I don't have any issues with Jake. Like whatever, make your money. I just don't respect him. Like I just don't like he hasn't done anything to earn it. Like he hasn't. It's really comes down to the size of the guys that he's fighting. Nate Diaz spent the majority of his career at 155 pounds. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's always been a grappler. It's where he's made his money. Obviously, he's had some great striking performances here and there, but he's primarily a grappler. Ben Askren, primarily a wrestler. Tyron Woodley, a wrestler. Anderson Silva, well past his prime. Yeah, well past his prime. Like he just hasn't done anything that I respect yet. He's other than financially. Financially,
to your point, though. To your point, and I totally agree with you. I'm just furthering the point. It's because he hasn't done anything to earn the respect, and if anything, he's earned disrespect because what people like. Thank you, Rebecca, bringing in the drinks. If someone thought I was being ignorant, I don't have tea or water, and I've started the podcast without them. It's like, whoa, how will I get through this? Thank you, darling. Fighting, nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes to see someone cherry picking opponents. People are inspired when they see somebody go into a fight that maybe they think this guy's got no chance of winning and he pulls it off. It's not attractive to see someone cherry picking fights. So and it goes against the whole ethos. You want to test yourself. It takes a real man to step into an octagon against someone that you're like, I don't know if I can win this, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to work my balls off and I'm man enough to give it a shot. Like, you went in there against Magomed Ankalaev, a guy that just fought for the belt and went to a draw with Jan Blachowicz, right? That guy is a bad man. Johnny Walker's an extremely large guy. You've been in there with John Jones. You've been in there probably many times. I'm speaking for you. Many times, I'm sure, where you're confident because that's who you are, but it's not guaranteed that you get the victory.
Dan Hardy and Ariel Helwani speaks about Jake Paul's maturity and what they liked about his performance versus Nate Diaz.
Jake impressed me was when he came out of his corner, you could tell he'd listened to his corner team and he started to create some space. And he was letting Nate move into range and picking him off as he was moving in. I thought he showed a lot of maturity, honestly, and I was impressed.
You know, it's a crazy thing because we were talking about this earlier about like the lack of love that Jake gets, or the lack of the willingness to not give him any respect or love. And, you know, sometimes I like to hit mitts. After 30 seconds, Dan, I'm exhausted. And this young man has 8 fights on his pro record, 1 amateur fight, and he's going 10 rounds. That alone, even if he's going 10 rounds against like a dummy, that's exhausting in its own right in front of 20,000 people. And so that alone to me is impressive. To go in there against a dog like Nate, who has been there, who doesn't go away, who's a zombie, that's impressive too. Was he the more crisp boxer, technical? Sure. But like those things in its own right to me are enough to say, you know, respect, well done. Do you feel the same way? Less like even Sean, I could tell, Sean Porter, like he doesn't quite, as the boxing guy, doesn't want to quite give him the love and respect. And I'm like, what's the problem? Who at 7-1, 6-1 is doing this in boxing?
Charles Oliveira speaks about watching Islam versus Alex Volkanovski and the success that Volkanovski had during the fight.
Volkanovski had a lot of success against Islam back in February. Was there anything that he learned from watching that fight? Any lessons about how to fight Islam that he will look to apply in his fight in October?
Você teve alguma coisa que você aprendeu assistindo a luta do Volkanovski que você consegue aplicar para a próxima luta?
Na realidade, foi uma grande luta do Volkanovski junto com o Islam, né? O Islam mostrou o quanto que evoluiu na parte em pé, um cara que sabe tá vindo evoluindo cada vez mais. Foi uma grande luta, na realidade, ele mostrou que o Islam evoluiu demais, sabe? Na parte em pé, não é só um cara da parte do chão. Então, na realidade, só prestei atenção mais nisso, sabe? Tipo, o quanto que o Islam evoluiu, sabe? Essa é real, o quanto que ele evoluiu.
It was great to see how much Islam evolve, you know, fighting standing. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Fighting standing, not on the ground.
Right.
So it was great to see that, to analyze that side.
Justin Gaethje speaks about how happy he is with his performance and the changes he made from the first fight with Dustin Poirier.
So you mentioned the commentary, so clearly you watched the fight back. What were some of your takeaways from watching the replay?
I'm extremely pleased with my performance. You know, I fought so well. It was a 5-round fight. My leg kicks were so effective. He couldn't check them, and he couldn't counter off of them. Some people have obviously realized that last time I kicked the inside of his leg, and I didn't kick the inside of his leg once this time. I was really attacking the outside of the leg, which allows me to get off at a different angle and stay out of his counter punches from the strike. So I think that was the biggest adjustment and the most effective adjustment from the first fight.
Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. We will be back tomorrow with the latest, greatest and up-to-date news. Please leave a like on the video and comment guys, would you be excited to see Justin Gaethje versus Conor McGregor? As I really believe that could be Conor McGregor and Justin Gaethje's next fight. Leave a comment below and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.